And good morning, everybody. This is Coffee Chat. We're looking at just a little bit of a different screen today, and that's all right. Today is Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday, and Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday means that we're not going to be all serious. We'll put the coffee logo up there so you know we're still Coffee Chat, but Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday is pretty much designed so that you can just ask some tech questions and see where we're at. If you want to come in the show, you can still come in the show, and that's cool. And we have Joni here. Hi, Joni. How's it going? All right. Start filming a video. Cool, cool. And are you doing that yourself? Do you have somebody helping you out with that? And that's a perfect subject for Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday. That's what today is. On the show, we're doing some tongue-in-cheek stuff, and we're seeing if I can get my monitor cord to just be not in my way, which is not going to be easy today. So that's what we're trying to do. All right, Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday. I'm just talking about some tech stuff. I'm going to show you a little bit about how I have this swimming pool behind me. You can see I still have some green. See the green there? You can still have some green, but mostly if you're interested in the conversation, you're not going to be interested in the tiny little green line around me. And sometimes that shows up, sometimes it doesn't show up. If I'm careful, I can move things around and just make it so that you don't quite see it. The further up I scoot myself, you see I got that sparkly going around the very edge and all that, but as further away I scoot myself, not bad. So how's everybody this morning? I hope that all of you are here, and I'm going to type hi in Periscope to see if the Periscope chat is working. And it looks like it isn't working yet, but that's okay. And what I can do, just to see my own chat, even though it's not working, I can start up my Restream IO, and it goes to all of my chat places anyway. And there's Terry. Good morning, everybody, she says. Joni's on here. She's looking at what's going on, and she's going to be starting some video production pretty soon, so that's going to be kind of cool. And we're just starting up the chat here to see if all of the different places are logging on okay. So we're just going to watch that kind of do its thing. All right, well, this is Tongue-in-Cheek Techie Tuesday. Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday. We're going to talk about some stuff. One of the things I'm going to talk about is this little guy. This is what you call SparkoCam. And it doesn't have a coffee cup in it usually, so I'm going to take the coffee cup out. There we go. There's SparkoCam. And I'll show you a bigger view of what it is. This is what I use to make the swimming pool behind me and to do other stuff too. You can go over here, you can click on the background, and you can actually go over to the pictures, and you can substitute out the pictures. And hold on just 1 second while I call. Okay, that's better. All right, so I got all kinds of pictures over here that I can go ahead and substitute in. I can substitute that one. That's kind of cool. And I like the way that says, hey guys, guess what? We're on multimedia. We got Twitter and Instagram. We got, let's see, I think behind me somewhere. Yeah, Facebook is behind me. And then we've got somewhere up there, we've got Yelp. I don't know what this one down here in the corner is. I've never seen that before. For Humanities, welcome Shannon. Howdy, and it's good to, trying to get me on the big screen. Easiest place is probably Facebook or YouTube, right? And then you can just cast it on up there. Terry's got a Google Chromecast. And so on Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday, we are going to be seeing some Google Chromecasting going on. All right. So anyway, this is SparkoCam, and SparkoCam makes it so that you can put different backgrounds. You can use it as a virtual camera. The good thing about a virtual camera here is that if you want more than one view using the same camera, you could switch to a different view that has a little tiny mini me in the corner or something like that. So, but I like the way this works out. This is kind of like a news feature kind of thing, and I like the way that works out. So that's kind of cool. So tongue-in-cheek Tech Tuesday. What does the tongue-in-cheek part say about our Tech Tuesday? Well, the tongue-in-cheek is the fact that we can go off topic anytime we want. So if you want to go off topic, let's go ahead and zag. Just tell me what you want to talk about and we'll do that. You can pop in here. And it looks like Periscope is kind of janky this morning with the comments. We're actually getting comments over there from Shannon for Humanities. And Shannon's comments aren't showing up here. And since I'm not using OBS, I can't just pop them into the screen. I could actually... I can do this though. I can go into screen share and I can say share this screen. And with a share there, you can see in the larger comments over here on the right hand side, you can see Shannon said, "Hey, Coach Dave." And that's what my other screen looks like. It's not the same configuration as this screen you're looking at, so it kind of leaves the sides empty. And Terry says, "Good morning, Shannon Griffin." And at least we can do that much. We could actually make that bigger and leave that over there. But I like to use either this view. This is kind of my favorite view. So if I'm going to do a screen share, I'll kind of do it that way. But at least we know we got people over there and they are watching. So we're going to put the SparkoCam up here. And here's Shannon. She's over here on Facebook. Now she can see all the comments because Facebook isn't being too creepy with the comments not working. So tongue-in-cheek Tech Tuesday. That is all about just talking about whatever we want to talk about. We've got some tech stuff we can talk about, and that's great. But we can also talk about other stuff that we want to visit. And so how are you guys doing today? Tech Tuesday and tongue-in-cheek. I hope everybody's doing all right. I hope you guys are fine. I had a little bit of a difficult day yesterday, and I'm thinking that pretty soon, maybe today, depending on my friends, if they're available, if they want to chat. Yesterday, I was asked the question, "Do you have anything you want to say?" I was on program. I didn't want to zag before we had a chance to zig. So I kind of put it off. And sometimes you put things off because you mean to. Sometimes you put things off because they're a little bit hard to approach, hard to discuss. And sometimes you just put things off because you're downright afraid of talking about it right at the moment. So let me... there we go. Now we got that fixed. Sometimes you are downright afraid of talking about it, and that could have been the issue yesterday. I'll scoot in here a little bit. Oh, actually, not that. That's scooting the background in. I can scoot the camera in. There we go. So sometimes you're just afraid to talk about it because you are. And if you don't get it out, you'll keep it in, right? So that's a basic rule of life. If you don't talk about it to get it out, if you don't externalize it, you will internalize it, and you're going to have it stick with you until you decide to talk about it. So talk about it when you can. Talk about it with people you can. And if you need a group of people to talk about it with, I hope you have some good friends. I've got some good friends that I can suggest. And we are found over at Facebook on the Net Friending site. Excuse me. And Shannon's on live, so she may not be quite as active in the conversation. That's okay. It's a good thing. Shannon, say hi to everybody over there. Tell them Coach Dave is on live, and we're doing a thing over here. So if they want to see me over here, they can come in and, as they are told not to say now, drop a 1 in the comments. I'm just kidding about that. So anyway, if you want to come in and talk about something that's a little bit more on target for you than Tech Tuesday, tongue-in-cheek Tech Tuesday, all of that, you're welcome to come in and we will zag. I'm going to put this back up here. Now that we've zigged, we can zag on that. And I think it was just better. See, I can actually scoot the background up too. And that's kind of cool because that looks like you're really where you say you are. The background blurs out a little bit, and then I can go to the camera, zoom me out so I'm a little sharper. So that's what zagging is all about. We are definitely zaggers here. You can come on in and zag with us, bit.ly/join the room. Whether you're on mobile, whether you're on a desktop of some sort, whether it's a laptop or a desktop computer unit. If you're on a desktop, come on in. If you're on a mobile unit, come on in. I think it even works on a tablet, but I'm not sure. But in fact, you don't even have to remain on camera. If you go off camera, it just looks like the audio things that show up on a lot of social media when you do audio only. You've got a little circle that moves and indicates that you are talking, and that's a good thing. And if you like to be on camera, you don't mind people looking at your silly mug, like I don't mind people looking at my silly mug, I go ahead and do that. I don't mind that one bit. So anyway, my friends over there at Net Friending, let me do the banner one more time. My friends over there at Net Friending taught me that being open, honest, vulnerable, that it's a strange thing. It sounds almost counterintuitive, but being vulnerable makes you strong. Being able to recognize your weakness kind of makes you realize that you have strength too. And believe it or not, there's strength in numbers, and the more vulnerable you are, the bigger numbers that you can allow yourself to be around. So yesterday we were talking about belonging. Belonging is an interesting thing. Belonging isn't fitting in so that you can do what other people want you to do and be what they want you to be, but it is being yourself. So belonging isn't fitting in. It's not finding a bunch of people that you want to be like and then trying to be like them. It's finding some people who are open and honest with you, and then you can go there and be yourself, which means you can belong everywhere, and you can also be yourself at times by yourself when you need to be. And that means also that belonging means you can also be your own, on your own, by yourself for a little bit. That's okay too. And sometimes you just need to do that to get some elbow space and take a breath. So that's the zag of today's show. We are not totally zigging and zagging, but Terry agrees on that. You are not trying to be what somebody else wants you to be. And you don't have to be necessarily part of a group all the time and feel like you don't have your own unique identity. Be yourself, be by yourself. Also be yourself with the group that you're in. And that doesn't mean that you have to be only in groups that accept you. Belonging isn't necessary acceptance by anyone else, but acceptance of yourself when you're with others or when you're by yourself. Both of those things. And thanks to Brene Brown for that definition. That definition really struck home with me because there was a group of people that I was not wanting to be around any longer. They were doing things and going and taking part in activities that I wasn't interested in anymore. And I'd faked it long enough and I tried to pretend long enough. And then finally, when I had enough, I went out on my own, left that group behind and said, I don't need to feel like I belong here because I don't belong here when I'm trying to be somebody else. And if you want to accept me as who I am, I hit the road. And I'll hit the road. So seeing as how this is coffee chat, I got my coffee. Do you have yours? What kind of coffee are you drinking this morning? Before I had some vanilla bean, fresh ground bean coffee, and now I'm topping it off with some spicy, sweet, good earth tea. And so it's not technically coffee, but seeing as how this day of the week begins with tea, you may drink tea today. I will give you permission, not that you need it, but I'll give you permission for that. So anyway, this more techie stuff that is rebelling. And let me show you what that techie stuff is that's rebelling. This is what I use for my sound. And sometimes it is, sometimes it is so complicated that it decides not to cooperate very much. And do you see that microphone right over there? Let me show you one time. Right over here, this microphone, you can see these two bars that are going up and down as I'm talking. Now watch what happens when I stop talking. They go way down there. And the only reason they go way down there, and let me go ahead and show you the third thing. This is, gosh, I'm not sure it's going to let me show you. Got StreamYard application windows, entire screen. I wonder why it's not going to let me show you because I actually have the program. I will slide this program over to my other screen so I can show it to you. When you can't share a specific window, oh, there we go. Now it's going to let me. Okay, good. It had to be on top and not behind a whole bunch of stuff. This really complicated looking thing, this is called, let me take an amen off there. Hey, Nicole, how's it going? This is Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday. And I am showing people, this is the gizmo that I am using for some of my sound stuff that I do. And it does some crazy stuff. Now, I don't know if you have some really good headphones on. This one right here that is called Refleur Standalone. This one does some cool stuff. Here, let me show you a little bit bigger picture of that. Okay, this does some cool stuff. And if I click this tiny little white thing right here, it will actually turn off this Refleur and you'll see exactly what happens if you have some really good speakers or headphones on. You'll hear a lot more static. So let me be quiet for a second and I'll turn it off. Do you hear that? There's a lot more background noise. And then I'll turn it back on. Like that. And that's amazing. And so let me show you the other part of that is, I'll go over to the whole screen and share that. And that'll take a minute to come up. If it doesn't come up, we will stop broadcasting because it'll freeze everything, which it appears that it has done. So we may not get to the right point here. And we may just have to talk with the screen that we have. Is that screen working? I'll find out in about 10 seconds. If it shows me ducking over there, then the camera is still working. And it looks like the camera is still working, so I'm just going to keep talking for a minute. And then after a while, I will go ahead and stop the broadcast, kill the feed, do all that kind of stuff. And it says right now my browser is not responding. So sometimes that's a memory thing that just needs to clear up, or it will eventually just die. And I'm going to wave my hand so I can see whether or not this is working. It looks like it could be working, but I can't tell. Periscope is still on, so that's a good thing. And it looks like, come on now. And we've got a bit of a delay too. So, there's the hand waving. All right. So it looks like we're still online for now, and I may have to kill this broadcast and come back to it. That's okay too. And all I have to do to really kill it is to just shut my computer off, and then the program will never receive any more of the feed. So I know not to try and switch over there to that, but anyway, so I've got a lot going on. I have StreamYard running, and that's taking care of the broadcast itself. It's going out to Restream, and Restream is taking care of all the networks. And then I have a volume control that is running all of my volume into the right mixer. Then I have a sound filter, and then I also have the virtual screen going, and then I have Restream chat going so I could see what's going on with chat if that's working. So that's a lot going, and it's no wonder this little computer of mine decided to freak out. And that's part of Tongue-in-Cheek Tech Tuesday. And we're going to see if maybe I can get rid of this window. And I'm going to try coming back to it. And I don't think it's going to necessarily... add me to the stream. And now I have two of me, and remove the old stream, and there we go. Now I can wait till that time's out. Okay, hi everybody. And it looks like Periscope has turned dark. So we have to go live again. And there we are. Hopefully that continued all the streams that decided to take a pause, take a breather. And you guys can see me okay now. That's a good thing. And yeah, oops. My Tech Tuesday kind of took a dive on me, but that's okay. Came back, and there I am. Just went black screen for a little bit, yeah? I love it. I love it. And Restream is actually, let's see if they say that I've been on stream the whole time. They'll give me a kind of a timer here, and it says I've been on for 24 minutes. So yes, they continued the streams, and Facebook and everybody else was excitingly still on stream, on task, and we only have one show. I don't have to go in and edit any of this stuff. So anyway, that's the stuff I'm using, and I can go over here and let's just minimize that. And over here on this show, we can go over and show SparkleCam again. And I'm going to share SparkleCam with the screen. There we go. This is what I'm using, Shannon. This is my SparkleCam. And it is the thing that's running my camera right now to put this pool behind me, all that stuff. And I think the pool thing is really cool because I found out I can zoom out. But if I zoom in, it looks more like I'm really there and like everything is scaled correctly. So I dig that. That's cool. And then if I want to be silly, tongue in cheek, I can just zoom right in. And can you zoom your camera that far? That's a heck of a zoom right there. I don't know how many X that is, but that's a good zoom. So you zoom back out and you look normal again. You got your coffee. Man, I tell you, that's something else. I'm not really excited about Sparkle Cam because of the thing that it does with the pixelating. You can see if the closer I get, the more you actually have the little green line around the outside. So I don't know. It's what I like about it is that it's a virtual camera, which means I can use it in multiple things at the same time. If I wanted to start up, what is that thing that I use? I have a fun little utility, and where is it? It does little cartoon. Oh, it's called Face Rig. Have you ever heard of Face Rig? Face Rig is a cool little deal, and you can be, yeah, just like you. I wanna be just like April. Hi guys, I have a big head. Okay, so Face Rig. Have you ever heard of Face Rig? Where you have a virtual animated either cartoon or computerized 3D character. It moves like you move, and when you talk, the mouth is pretty much in sync. It's a little bit off sometimes. It also does all that stuff. So anyway, and laymen like me don't notice the pixelation. Okay, so sometimes I'm exciting enough that you don't even notice that the whole thing is pixelized, or maybe I'm just so handsome that you don't realize there's pixels over there. Okay, so me and my T, and your pixels, or my pixels. My pixel, your pixel. Everybody's pixels. All right, tongue in cheek, Tech Tuesday. That's all the T's I could think of. Time, I could have put the word time in there. Tongue and cheek, Tech Tuesday time. There we go. There we go. Yeah, Barb uses Face Rig, and it's funny because it's a $200 program if you just go out and go to facerig.com or whatever their website is and buy it off the internet. But the other way you can get it is if you have a membership on Steam, which is a gamer kind of thing. They have a lot of games you can play on your computer. They also have software now. And I went and I basically got this $200 software. I think it was $19, somewhere around there, somewhere around 19 bucks. And it was very cheap compared with what it was. And I just had to download some stuff. And Face Rig, do they have a free version? I don't know that they do, but if you get it from Steam, it is very cheap, less than 20 bucks. I think it was $19. And I think for some extra characters, I got one package had 2 or 3 characters for about $3, $3.99, $2.99, $1.99, $92.99, whatever it was. Anyway, so yeah, you can get it real inexpensive. And then if you I actually have 2 webcams sitting up on top of my monitor. And so if I wanted to run OBS with one webcam with the real me, one webcam with the face rig, then I could put them both together in one window and show you how Face Rig works and how when you move, it moves, and when you talk, it talks. And I also have on my little sound filter program, I have got some filters that can turn a male voice into a female voice. You could be a robot if you want to be. All kinds of crazy tech stuff that's very appropriate for Tech Tuesday. And so I'm going to go ahead, and we are right at the point at which I can close out Tech Tuesday, tongue-in-cheek Tech Tuesday. And guys, I'll see you tonight. If you come on over to Net Friending, I'm sure you'll see there's something going on. There's usually at least 5 days a week there's something going on. And tonight we're going to have Techie Tour Tuesday. So that's not as fun as mine, but at least it's got the word tech in it and the word Tuesday. So we might talk about tech stuff for a minute, and then we're going to zag, talk about you. So come on in, and you can do the hop in a seat thing. That's cool. That's always a fun thing to do. And so as a rule, I usually have a thank you for watching, come back next time screen, but I don't have that. So I'm going to entertain you with a little thing from the capabilities of StreamYard here. And I am just going to show you this thing about Coach Dave. And then we are going to leave you. I've only got that video right there. Okay. Then we're just going to leave with these lights behind me. And we'll talk to you later. Guys, thanks for coming. Come back tomorrow, 7 a.m., 10 a.m. on the East Coast, 7 a.m. West Coast. And God bless. Have a good time. And join us for Techie Tour Tuesday over at NetFriending tonight. So that's going to be at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 on the Pacific West Coast, left coast time. So talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.